Here's what you shouldn't do if you work in business-to-business sales. Hey, my name is Rob Spence, the Managing Director of Paragon Sales Solutions, and welcome back to another of our weekly videos in which we give you useful hints, tips and advice on sales, marketing and business growth. And this week, we're going to do things a little bit differently. Now, if you've watched any of our previous work, you'll normally hear, here's what you should do. Here are some top tips. Here are some great benefits to doing X, Y, Z. We're going to flip and reverse it. This time, we're going to tell you what not to do when you work in sales. Now, we've kind of titled this what not to do in B2B sales or business to business. But I guess to a degree, this is for all kinds of sales, whether you work in a retail store, whether you're selling, ice cream out of a coffee shop. These are the things you shouldn't do. And these are 4 tips that I've seen firsthand, that I have coached and trained out of people, that I guess at once upon a time I've done myself. And I want to share this advice with you because if you avoid doing these things, you're going to naturally improve your sales, which is awesome. So before we do go on, stop what you're doing, have a look around the screen, look for that subscribe button, hit that like button, and don't forget to drop us a follow if you're watching on TikTok or I just said TikTok, didn't I? Or TikTok or Reels. The first problem I always see with salespeople, or things you should avoid, is not asking the right questions. Now, for some salespeople, it's not asking questions at all. Salespeople get this kind of presumption that they must take control, they must take this power, they must and blurt out their whole sales pitch and go through their whole presentation and go, these are the features, these are the features, these are the features. You're going to buy the features. You've got to buy the features now. It's running out of stock now. You've got to buy the features. And all they do is they push their prospect away and they end up chasing and losing the sale away, which is a dumb thing to do. So what we always recommend is ask questions and make sure you're asking the right questions. Dig deep into the pain points of your prospect. What do they need? What are they looking for? What color do they want? When are they looking to buy? If you ask all these open-ended questions, normally your prospect will tell you exactly what they want to buy, when they want to buy, and what their budget is. The next problem I see with salespeople is they rush their prospects simply because they've got a sales process or a sales manager that is urgent to get these sales over the line. Sometimes that does work, and it can work, and it can be a good tactic. However, each of your prospects has a different way of buying. They've got a different emotional setup. They've got a different psychological setup. Some people are very eager to buy. They're happy to buy straight away. They buy in relationships. Some people are more analytical. They like to buy in the analytics of things. They want to look deeper. They want to compare, so on and so forth. If you start selling the way you want to sell, as opposed to selling to the way your customer wants to buy, once again, it's like trying to put a jigsaw puzzle together with two ends on. You need to find the gap and plug it that way. Sell to the ways in which your customer wants to buy. Next thing is similar to the earlier part, actually, I guess, is overselling. And there's 2 ways to look at that. I think there's an over-eagerness and over-optimism to get the pitch out and to overly do everything in a really weird, hyper-energetic way. But secondly, some salespeople don't pick up on buying signals, and I've been through this before, and my interest is peaked. My interest is there, it's good to go, I'm ready to buy. Look, here's my wallet, take it, take the money you need. But salespeople, because they've not finished their pitch that they've spent hours working on, or because their sales manager might be watching, they don't want to kind of not do the full pitch that they've been told they must do, you must read from this script. They oversell. So my interest is peaked here, and I always lay it out like a thermometer. If I'm at 100 degrees at boiling point, that's when I'm ready to buy. If you then start boring me, carrying on your pitch, slagging off your competitors, carrying on your pitch, the temperature's going down and you've lost a sale. And I do get bored, and I have walked away from sales, and I bet there are examples in which that's happened to you. If it has, be honest, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear some of your sales stories. And finally, the last point is, weirdly, not asking for the sale. You should always ask for the sale. It's amazing how many salespeople I train, I coach, and once again I've experienced, who don't ask for the sale. They work really well at developing a relationship. They've qualified me really well. They've asked the right questions. They've not oversold the product. Pricing's great. No objections. And they just go silent. They don't ask for the sale. Or the biggest bugbear of mine is when I see salespeople Leave the power in the prospect's hands. Hey, if you're interested, come back and let me know. If you're interested, reply to this email, we'll get you sorted out. Give me a call if you want to go ahead. No, that's not how you ask for the sale as a salesperson. It's your job. This is your one job to do. Ask your salesperson for the sale. Use open-ended questions. Hey, look, with everything that we've said so far, can we look to get you signed up today? Hey, listen, I've got the order book right now. Shall we get you signed in? That's all you've got to say. Closing doesn't have to be complex. All you've ever got to do is ask for the sale. So there's our 4 simple tips on what not to do in business-to-business sales. As always, what I'd always say, if you do want more hands-on support, whether it be through our sales training, whether it be through us making your sales on your behalf, head on over to paragonsalessolutions.co.uk or drop us a message somewhere on this screen you're looking at now, and one of the team will get in touch. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and until next week, all the best.